What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Reasonable Doubt, Season 2, Episode 8, I think. So we're down to the wire, you guys. I believe it's only 9 episodes. So next week, it's all going to have to come together. We sort of got a glimpse at the end, but we'll get to that. So we start this episode off with Jax and Lewis, him professing his love. And Lewis said, listen, you can divorce me, you can leave me, but you can't make me stop loving you, and I'm going to love you to the day I die. I said, I know that's right, Lewis, go get your woman. Yeah, I got these rubber bands on my Invisalign. Okay. So, I'm supposed to wear them every day, but I don't. So, she wants to be back with her man, okay? So they do what they do. They reconcile and they do what they do. The next morning, they all lovey-dovey. The kids are all happy. The oldest son knew what was up, and he was like, so we good now? Like, we good. Like, it ain't gonna be no more late nights, sleeping on the couch. And they were like, nah, we good, we good. The daughter is still trying to be daughtering, okay? This is what I appreciate. I'm about to go left for a second. This is what I appreciate when you have to be a parent, okay? You have to be a parent. This child, and that is what she is a child. She wants to be grown. She wants to do what she sees the other kids doing when their belly's out and all this other stuff. And her parents are like, yeah, no, that's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening here. That's not what's going to happen here, okay? Child, I thought I was recording this whole time, and I wasn't recording nothing. I done got halfway through this video. Let me go back. I think I left off with the daughter, where they was trying to, tell the daughter that you can't be grown. So I can appreciate that they were parenting their child, right? So then we see Jax goes to court. Life is good. She's feeling kind of good, Oh, the son wants a little bit of freedom. I think it's parent-teacher conference or something like that, or parent-teacher development day, and he wants a little bit of freedom, but he also wants to go hang out with his friends, with his little, oh no, that's later on, never mind. But anyway, they let him stay home and have a little bit of privacy, little independent, not privacy, but a little independence. So Jax goes to court, and she lets Charles know, listen, last night, I was feeling some kind of way, you were feeling some kind of way, we just gonna, move on, and they both agree they're gonna move on professionally. Now, they have a really good day in court. It is, they are putting on their defense, so there should be good witnesses. My girl Essence was there. Essence Atkins was there. She was testifying about women who in financial abuse, and how, women who suffer from financial abuse, even if they're in a rich home, how nothing belongs to them. So even though from the outside world, it looks like they're living this great life and they have all this money, none of it is theirs, and their abuser uses finances to control them. We also found out that Jax and Charles are debating about whether to put this woman on the stand who we found out later on, Chanel went to go see about getting a restraining order against JT. And she did an interview with like their equivalent of TMZ. And so Charles is like, she's tainted. It looks like she's, she's out for the fame. People are going to like side eye and sort of judge her about it. And Jax was like, yeah, but that doesn't mean she'll be a bad witness. So they debate about that for the majority of the episode, but we'll get to her. Then they go see, we found out that Lucy's ex is suing her for, excuse me, custody. And we see her meet with her lawyer, and her lawyer is like, listen, basically, it doesn't help that you never really went after him for the things he did to you. He went to jail for some other stuff. So it doesn't look like he was a bad father or even a bad husband to you. And you haven't told your son all of the things that he did to you. So yes, from the outside looking in, it doesn't look like he's a horrible husband, and it looks like he went to jail, he served his time, and he deserves to be a part of his child's life. But because you didn't tell everybody what was going on, nobody, and now you would look like a bitter woman to be like, well, he did this to me, and he did that to me. So she's sort of living in her bad decisions the same way she's sort of trying to prosecute Chanel for it. And I get it, she's doing her job, but it's really ironic that she's dealing with the same situation. She didn't tell anybody, and now people are questioning whether it really happened or not, right? Um, Jax and Jax and Lewis go to therapy. And the therapist is really, really, really happy that they have decided. Oh, pinning that. Did I say the other person they're looking for is JT's ex wife or ex girlfriend? They're looking for her to see if she'll testify, and they think that she has a substance abuse problem. So the investigator is going down to the hospital, the program, to try to see if he can talk to her. And when he gets there, he finds out, oh no, she's not a patient. She actually works here. So we'll get to that. So they go see the therapist, and the therapist is really, really, really happy that they have decided that they're not going to uncouple, right? But he says, but have you guys really talked about what comes next? Like, I'm glad that y'all are going to stay together. Like, this is a big obstacle to overcome, but understand, y'all got a long way to go. And have y'all really, like, you have to tell the kids, you have to, you have to figure out all these things. But the first thing y'all need to do is go talk to Tony. So they go see Tony, and baby Tony ain't here for it. Okay, Tony really ain't feeling it. Okay. But it is what it is, and like I said, this is when I really thought I was recording. Like I said, there are different angles of looking at this. I mean, from one end, Tony thought she was dating a man that was separated from his wife. But the flip side is, Tony, you knew his wife because y'all all went to school together. Y'all kids went to school together. So that was kind of nasty. Number two, you were sleeping with JT, another husband of one of your friends / kids' parents. And you told that man that the baby was his, so he gave you money for an abortion that you did not have. So I do have to side-eye Tony and some of her motives and how she moving as well. But anyway, so we find out that brother is coming to town. That Lewis's brother is coming to town. Now remember, Lewis' brother done told him everything. Lewis done told his brother everything. Started last season with Jax and the affair, all the way down to him having a side baby on the way. So Jax kind of feels a little uncomfortable about it. Like, so you done told him all our business, and now he coming down here. Like, I feel some kind of way because I feel like maybe he gonna judge me based on all of this stuff we have going on. Like, I kind of feel a little bit of way about it. But Lewis was like, that's my brother. Like, of course I told him. Like, I had to talk to somebody. Like, would you rather me been out all in the streets? He said, you told all your friends? Your friends called me an ain't shit nigga last week. So I know you told her. Touche. Touche. So, the son ends up, Jax picks up the son from school one day. And that's when she realizes that Lucy and her son go to the same school that her son goes to now. Maybe goes to a new performing arts school. And so she sees Lucy talking to her ex-husband who's at the school, trying to, I guess, see the son or whatever. So she sort of peeps it. But she also peeps that her son is sort of flirting a little bit with a little girl. So it's parent-teacher development day or whatever. So the kids don't have school, but of course the parents, the teachers have to go to work. I know those days well. Okay. And, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so when it's parent development day, the son asks, can I go over Aisha? That's her name because Jack started singing, Aisha, you are the girl that I never had. Okay, yeah. Son didn't know the song, but that's neither here nor there. She actually was doing the rap version of it. Aisha. So, but anyway, neither here nor there. So I know her name is Aisha, child. So, she was like, are you sure her father's gonna be there? Her parents gonna be there? And she was like, yeah, her father works from home. So all the kids are there doing what kids do, dancing, joking, whatever. But then the father is like, y'all got an emergency at work. I have to go. I'll be back in a little bit. You guys are good. Because, of course, as soon as he walks out the door, baby, they start pulling out pills and they start passing around pills and stuff. And, Jackson's son was like, whoa, that's not really my cup of tea. Like, I don't really be popping pills and stuff. And Aisha was like, yeah, that's not really my thing either. He was like, I mean, but I left my stuff at home. Like, if I knew we was gonna do all of that. So I feel like the son, does the weed. Okay. I feel like the son does the weed. Okay. And that might be what was in the drawer that the daughter was threatening him about. Here I was, my mind in together. I thought it was something sexual. But maybe she just sort of the paraphernalia of the weed. Okay. Because later on in the episode, Jax finds a lighter in her son's pants pocket. So that's why I said maybe he's smoking the weed. Okay. Um, so while all of this is going on, child, Lucy actually loses in court. Um, and her husband now has joint custody or partial or visitation, whatever it is, but whatever it was, Lucy ain't want him to have none of it. So she feels some kind of way. And what was her attorney really supposed to do? He really wasn't anything more the attorney could do. We get to meet grandma's new boyfriend. Jack's daughter ain't feeling him because Jack's daughter feel like he's trying to be too nice. Okay. I don't know where they going with this. Like, we only have one more episode left. And I'm just not sure where I'm going with. I mean, is this really truly a happily ever after situation with Jackson's mama and his boyfriend? I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust him. I feel like they're taking us somewhere that I don't see the direction we're going yet. I will say this. They did, how at the beginning of the episode, they show you flashbacks of other things that are going to connect to this episode. They did show a flashback where Jax was saying how her mom's ex-husband he came on to her. Now, she never said he never did nothing inappropriate, but that he did, like, make a pass at her, and that, made her feel some kind of way. But she didn't really tell her mom about it until later on, yada, yada, yada. So I don't know if that's the direction they're going with this man and try to make it seem like maybe he's, inappropriate. I hope not, because my brain can't take that storyline with everything going on in the news. I just can't. But I hope that's not where we're going. So we get down to the school, and it is like a bake sale. I think it's breakfast with moms or muffins with moms or something like that. And Jax and Lucy end up running into each other because the PTA mama is looking down on both of them because they bring in prepackaged basic ass muffins from the little bakery. And it's funny because they bought the exact same ones from the exact same bakery. And the lady is looking at both of them like, I mean, are these even gluten free? Baby Jax was like, what? So her and Lucy actually end up bonding. Lucy was like, "Shot, I need a cigarette." Jax was like, "Girl, you got a cigarette?" Lucy said, "Yeah." So they end up sitting outside smoking cigarettes and really just bonding over, being working moms and, being looked down upon for the sacrifices that they make and how fathers don't get that same, bull hockey that comes along with it. And it's funny because, and then they kind of throw jabs at each other about, I really respect you. I respect you too, but I'm a better lawyer than you. But it was all in fun banter. Baby, why that PTA mama come out there and see them out there smoking and gave them the stank face? Baby, why Lucy blow that smoke in her face? And why Jax give her that stank look? I said, yes, I'm here for all of this. Okay? I'm here for all of this. I started like Miss Lucy. Lucy got a bob and got a little attitude. Okay? I feel like they loosened up her character a little bit. When she got that little dye job and got that little bob, she loosened up a little bit. I'm here for it, Miss Lucy. I am. I'm here for it, okay? So then, baby, Lewis goes over to Tony's house and she wants to have a home birth with a doula. And he is not feeling it. He feel like she need to go to the hospital. And they're like, do you understand that black women in hospitals, they give them all the stats about. And she said, the last time I was in the hospital, I had blood clots because the doctors wouldn't listen to me and yada, yada, yada. So Lewis really ain't feeling it. And baby, Tony threatens him. Tony was like, listen, either you going to do it the way I want to do it or you can roll out. You ain't got to be a part of this child's life at all. So Lewis told Jax about it, and baby Jax rolled up on Miss Tony in the carpool line and told her, listen, let me explain something to you, little girl. Okay? You are not going to call all the shots just because you feel like, he has another wife and another family or whatever. Like, at the end of the day, he is still very much a part of this child's life. And you're not going to threaten him every single time y'all disagree about something, about cutting him out of this child's life. At the end of the day, let me tell you how it's going to roll. I'm a good-ass lawyer. Please don't make me roll you in the court and cross-examine you again. And Tony was like, are you threatening you? Jax is threatening me. Jax is like, I ain't threatening you. I'm reminding you who the fuck I am. Okay? Now, Yolanda gets on the stand. Now, Yolanda is the cousin, the one that put her house up for bond for Chanel because she is so eager to testify about all the horrible things that JT did to her. And baby, she really made things worse because at the end of her testimony, Lucy was able to get to her and she was like, I'm glad he's dead and I wish he deserved to die or something like that. And of course, that was not a good thing to end. That was not a good way to end things. So now Jax, then they do sort of feel somewhat desperate that they have to put the other lady on the stand to testify. So they do. They also put handwriting experts up to show that Chanel didn't really sign those checks and she didn't really know nothing about that money. So they put the lady, it's an older white woman, and she talks about how Chanel came in there to get a restraining order, but how she changed her mind and she walked away. She said she was in, she said, I knew she was somebody because of that rock on her finger. Like, I knew she was somebody with money. She said, but she, decided not to. And so she did a really good job testifying. But then Lucy come up there and was like, so wait a minute. How many women do you see on an average day and on an average week, on an average month? And this woman stood out to you. This woman stood out to you. Baby, that lady said, yeah, she stood out to me because she left without getting one. She said, those are the women that I remember. She said, I don't remember the women who stay and cry on my shoulder and leave with their restraining order. I remember the ones who walk away because I worry about them because I know that they're in the most danger because they are choosing to stay. She said, so yes, I remember her. I remember all of the ones that leave. And I mean, it was so good. Like, it was like, drop mic. Okay? Now, Jax and the brother had a showdown. I forgot to talk about this part. But Jax and the brother ended up having a showdown. And basically, he said, listen, I'm not one either. He was like, that's my brother and I love him. And at the end of the day, yeah, he mine. But do I like the fact that he got a side, a side chick pregnant? Absolutely not. He said, but let's not act like but that y'all were separated. Y'all were on a break and you was having just as much fun as he was. His dumb ass just got caught up, okay? You almost got killed. He got caught up with a baby. So let's not sit here. Nobody has the higher ground here. Nobody has the higher ground in this situation. He said, and let's stop calling, aside. Let's just stop calling it what it is. It's a break, baby. Y'all went on a break. He got somebody pregnant. Like, it is what it is. So him and Jax sort of kind of were going back and forth, but it really didn't get resolved because then Lewis came home. But Lewis, he comes home drunk after him and his boys hang out. And Lewis basically says, listen, he's drunk or whatever, and he's begging her to forgive him. And he was like, I'm so, he's like, I just hate that this happened. I hate this happened. He said, I hate to say that about my own flesh and blood, but I just wish the baby wasn't here. I just wish the baby wasn't here. I really feel like they setting us up that Tony gonna miscarry that baby. Because after her and Jax had their little confrontation, she was like, oh, like she was having some pains. I feel like they put the baby in as part of the storyline to connect Lewis and JT and make it even more scandalous. But I don't think that the baby is gonna be here for the long haul. I hate to say that. I don't wish bad on nobody, but it's a TV show. Don't get in my comments, okay? It's a TV show. I ain't wishing bad on no real woman with a baby. Okay. Adrian went to go visit Chanel in jail, and he basically said, listen, I love you, I want to be with you. I'm sorry that I lied to you, but you still the woman I want to be with, and when you get out of here, I want to marry you. So you're going to beat these charges, and just know I'm waiting on the other side. And at first, Chanel was sort of side-eyeing him, but then I think Chanel really was like, oh, for real, he loves me? Then that other friend went to go visit her in court, and in jail, and she said, listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I wasn't a good enough friend to you, that you felt like you could trust me and that I would be here for you. I'm sorry that I wasn't a good enough friend, that you didn't feel like you could confide in me. The investigator finds JT's ex-wife, but we don't know whether she's going to testify or not. And it is none other than AKA Candy Bird. Shout out to my girl Candy. But I feel like that's everything, child. Want to make sure I got it all. But at the end of the episode, we see Chanel call Yolanda and say, listen, this has gone on far enough. I think it's time we tell the truth. I told y'all I thought. Now I told y'all all along I thought Yolanda was the one that hit that man upside the head. I told y'all a long time ago I thought it was Yolanda, but then I sort of pivoted off of it because I just couldn't understand why she did everything and like put her marriage on the line to try and get that woman out of jail. Like I get it, that was her cousin and stuff, but I don't know. I thought it was deeper. I always thought it was deeper. Now that don't mean that she was the one that did it, but that certainly means she has more information than they've been sharing. Okay. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I think that's it, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace.